Partypooper is the 20th book of the Wimpy Kid series. Since it's a big 20 years of Wimpy Kid anniversary, it's about Greg having a birthday party. I just realized there is no Partypooper at Greg's party. Yes, the party is a humorous disaster, but there is no one person who ruins everything. It might be a better story if Fregley or Roderick was the one who ruined the party.
Argo Funk Book Review, Argo Funk Book Review.
Greg starts by talking about the toy he wanted when he was a kid, but his mom got him boring toys instead, so he got rid of them. Only he saw the movie where toys come to life, so he bought them back, but they're still boring, so he gave them to Manny, who destroyed them. Then Greg talks about birthday wishes, like what if someone steals your birthday wish, and why hasn't someone wished for world peace? Then he spends 10 pages talking about other things that grant wishes, like genies, or wishing stars, or a wishing well. The wishing well story was my favorite. Greg wants to make money from a wishing well, but he's too lazy to make a wishing well. So he puts a wishing bucket in the front yard. His neighbors drop garbage inside it. Then he talks about being born, and who invented birthdays anyway? And birthday cards have dumb jokes, and I hate writing thank you notes. And getting older is bad. And that one movie where a kid gets superpowers on his birthday? Hey, let me talk about superpowers for 5 pages. As you can probably tell, the first 50 pages are a lot of aimless ramble comedy, vaguely focused on birthday topics. It's not bad, but it does feel like the author just made a list of every single birthday-related thing he could think of, and each one got 2 to 5 pages of jokes. Greg's birthday is coming up. Nobody has said anything about it, and Mom is focused on a pie contest at church. Greg figures she's planning a surprise party. He sneaks into the room early so he can surprise them, but no, it's not a surprise party. Everybody completely forgot about Greg's birthday, because Mom's fridge calendar was replaced. That's not a great excuse. Pokemon, the trading card game, is popular again in real life, so Greg talks about when his school was first hit by a Poke craze, as well as the time all the adults in town were addicted to Pokemon Go. The book calls them micro creatures instead of Pokemon. Greg does not want a lawsuit for his birthday. There is a rare misprinted micro creatures card called Three-Eyed Threeble, which is worth a ton of money. It's somewhere in Greg's area. Greg asks his mom for a do-over birthday party. He plans to milk it in order to get as many cards as possible. Mom asks if he wants a family party or a friend's party. He thinks about a bunch of disaster parties that have happened. It sounds like the Wild Boys have been banned from pretty much every place in town. 100%. They totally trashed the theater during the Minecraft movie. There's also a sleepover where Mom used a baby monitor to spy on the kids, so Duffy farted on the monitor. Gross. Then Greg talks about bad birthday party ideas that Mom has had in the past, like a dinosaur which scared all the little kids, or an extremely sad clown, or the bouncy house that flew away. There are jokes about shoving someone's face in a cake, kids singing the mean birthday song, and piñata problems. For a while, Greg and Rowley crashed birthday parties in order to get free cake. They got caught by adults, and there was an awkward party where they were the only guests. Greg's big party is about 50 pages long. He comes up with a bunch of ideas for how he can charge people money, like souvenir cups, a VIP tent, and special toilet paper. All of Greg's ideas fail in humorous ways, like the toilet paper gives you a rash. Everybody ignores the sign that says, "Bouncy house costs $0.25 per bounce." The VIP tent is the wrong kind of tent. An ice cream truck steals all of Greg's customers. There's a wedding nearby, so there's a big traffic backup. I love how the cake store accidentally wrote hazelnut allergy on top of the cake instead of happy birthday. Those bakers do not care. Mom's special entertainment ends up being Heath Healthy Body, who teaches kids about kidneys and intestines and other body parts. He wears a body part costume. It's gross. The groom from the wedding crashes Greg's party to play in the bouncy house. His new wife is not happy. Another group of party crashers is a bunch of moms who think Greg is a poor, neglected child because his birthday was forgotten. The disaster party ends with a deer running through the backyard, everybody panics, there's a stampede, and everything's destroyed. The good news is that Greg did get the super valuable trading card from his aunt. He fantasizes about being rich, and he waits a week before taking it to the comic book store. Greg waited too long. Manny found the card and drew all over it, so now it's worthless. Further, the card people printed millions more copies of the card, so it's double worthless. Just like my first edition copy of Captain Underpants 3 with the blank page. There's a happy ending where Greg gets paid to host other people's birthday parties. He makes them just like his party, including that weird deer rampage. The end. Post-book follow-up. I'll be honest, it took me a while to understand the joke at the end, because Rowley's deer costume looks more like an alien costume. I wondered if it was supposed to be one of those micro creatures characters, and I got confused. Since this is a big anniversary book, I think the author made an attempt to bring back a lot of things from earlier books. Uncle Gary, Fregley, and Alex Aruda make brief appearances. That was nice, but I wish they had full stories instead of mere cameo appearances. Like, I enjoyed the mom bad birthday party idea section, but I would remove it in a heartbeat if it could be replaced with a 10-page Roderick story. As I said, it felt like the author made a list of birthday-related topics and used that to write the book. That makes up at least half of the book. A lot of these jokes were good, but I would prefer an ongoing story like the original books, and not just Greg doing birthday-themed stand-up comedy routines. I noticed these birthday joke sections improved and felt more relevant as the book went on. Overall, I enjoyed the book. It does have some classic Greg moments. The story of him being a party crasher would not have been out of place in book 2. Still, I was expecting a lot more from the big 20th year celebration book. This feels more like a typical book in the series, which just happens to be about birthdays, than a grand celebration of the series. Like, if this had been book 18, no one would have batted an eye. I give Diary of a Wimpy Kid number 20, Partypooper, an 8 out of 10.